Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to HB Watching. This is Severance, Season 2, Episode 6. Thanks for checking out my channel. If you like it, like and subscribe below. You know, all the YouTube stuff. I haven't been doing that, so figured I'd throw that out there. But yeah, anyway. On to just a recap of last week. Felt like more of a setup episode, especially compared to episode 4 was Hollow, which was one of the better episodes of the series. Episode 5 wasn't bad or anything. It just definitely felt a little bit slower, and like there's so many different characters right now. We had to check in with all of them while still not checking in with Cobell. So we'll see what she's up to. And, I've said before that I think, a bit too trusting, or not trusting of Milchek, because I usually think he's lying, but believing that Milchek might end up being on the Innie's side, because he doesn't really seem to have any allies in Lumen, and it does seem like he cares about the Innies. In like his own weird way. But then again, he also like kind of seems to get off on the control he has on them. So I don't know. I kind of hate when other people talk about other characters possibly being good and they think like everyone's gonna be good. But here I am doing it with Milchek. So what are you gonna do? Oh yeah, so in the opening of the episode, they had that guy getting the dentist tools where they purposely didn't show us his face. I don't know who he is. I've seen theories that it could be Petey. It could be Bert's husband, Fields. My husband, Fields. Sorry. Terrible Christopher Walken impression. But then I also saw a name in the credits for the guy who I guess did the voice of the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, like the animated one. And it might be that guy. So I don't know why they didn't show us his face, but I don't think it's someone we know. I'm going to lean that way, including Fields. Because we know who plays Fields as well. He was in the first season. This guy plays Denethor. Can't think of his name right now, but he plays Denethor in Lord of the Rings, aka the guy who eats a tomato in the grossest way possible. But yeah, so the guy was getting dentist tools, and there's also the mouth wall from season 1, which I forgot about. So there's some weird connection with Lumen and teeth now. So like water, teeth, eggs. I don't know. There's a lot of like repeating imagery in this show. Does everyone call James father? Like everyone in the Lumen cult? Or is that just Drummond calling him father because he's his dad? Or I heard, I was listening to the Ringer podcast, and Rob and Joe both said they thought it was like mocking Helena. I didn't take it that way. I took it more as either like cultish, or he's possibly Helly's brother. I don't really think that's true, but it is something that I've thought since he first showed up, so maybe. So with Milchek, I was talking about earlier, how he can be, seems like he cares sometimes. So I thought there was like an interesting parallel between Milchek and Rickon, where they're both attempting to work inside a inherently unjust system and try and like make it better from within, whether it's out of the goodness of their hearts or for like their careers. Where Rickon, it's pretty obvious, he even says like, this is gonna be good for my career. – Milchek seems to be doing this for a career at Lumen, and I don't really think that's true, but it is something that I've thought since he first showed up, so maybe. So with Milchek, I was talking about earlier, how he can be, seems like he cares sometimes. So I thought there was like an interesting parallel between Milchek and Rickon, where they're both attempting to work inside a inherently unjust system and try and like make it better from within, whether it's out of the goodness of their hearts or for like their careers. Rickon, it's pretty obvious, he even says like, this is gonna be good for my career. Milchek seems to be doing this for a career at Lumen, So I just found that to be like kind of an interesting parallel where they're both seeming to try and work within this system that is just never really going to be fair, and trying to create a better system, even if that is futile. Not only are they not working against the system, they're actually helping to prop it up. So it's not really like helpful at all. Mark was acting weird last week, and I don't know if I specifically said it. Like, I talked about him not trusting her and stuff like that, and was wondering why he's acting weird. But that was more about the Irving stuff. I understand the Helly stuff. Even if it wasn't her, like, yeah, Helena took advantage of Mark, and it's real messed up. And I understand why he's like, look, you might not be her, but I still can't trust you. And I saw or heard a lot of people pushing back against that, and just thought that was kind of a critique that, like, I get it, but you're asking someone to behave perfectly if you're like, why is Mark mad at Helly? She didn't do anything. It's like, yeah, okay, if you remove all emotion, then yeah, he should be nice to her, but he doesn't know if he can trust her, and this terrible thing just happened to him, so, like, I don't know. Cut him some slack. Like, I heard on New Rockstar's coverage, Eric Voss saying he thinks Mark still, like, believes Lumen and trusts Lumen, but doesn't trust Helly, and I just don't agree with that. I think that Mark more seems like he might have, like, passive, word that I don't think I can say on YouTube, ideation. If you know, you know. Basically, like, I don't know if he knows that after this job they won't need him anymore, but I am wondering if he's like, I'm just going to put my head down and get this file finished, and then Lewin will send me packing, and I don't have to exist anymore. Because it did strike me that he was a bit... Whereas, like, Irv in one of the earlier episodes was more active, word that I cannot say, ideation, where he was like, I'm going to off myself. Mark is more like, I do not care if I am cease to exist. So yeah, maybe that's the thing. I don't know. Anyway, let's get into the episode. But yeah, the note from Irv that I thought said from Dad last week said from O&D, I think. And then had just an insane amount of directions for hallways to turn down. Oh yeah, and then Miss Wong, I guess, narked on Milchek.
I don't know. We got a hand. Might be nice.
I wonder if she's...
Sit down, talk through it all.
You're outie.
What?
I hate the everyone's a secret good guy theories, but I wonder if Miss Fong is secretly a part of the whole Mind Collective thing. It's just kind of testing, prodding Milchek, but I don't know. Probably just a true believer.
This didn't feel human. This felt like a nightmare. I mean, why is she rattling off a bunch of facts? What are they doing to her?
All I know is she's essential.
She's essential.
She didn't even recognize me. You'd drink less. You'd listen more. It's dumb, but you do it anyway.
It's normal.
Yeah. But for me, it might actually happen. So there's a floor beneath us.
That was a cool shot to reveal Mark was there last.
Well, let's see it.
I left it there behind the poster.
I'm surprised they're trusting her.
Why didn't you just take it?
I just didn't. Okay, I don't want to get in trouble right now.
Okay, well, I don't give a shit about that, so I'll go get it. You said it's behind the poster of you actually being brave?
Okay, yeah, fuck you. You don't know everything.
Then tell us.
See,
It's okay.
Ellie is obviously much cooler than Helena.
So I can go to the break room now, and then we can start after lunch.
Maybe.
Maybe. Did everyone sever their balls in the elevator this morning?
Starving.
Wait, is it the exact layout of his apartment?
Mark. You okay?
Why was Helena there on the outside? Or was that just like a... Yeah, why was she there? Gotten so many side profile milkshake shots this season. I wonder if that means anything. Because it's been like, I think one almost every episode.
I had my performance review yesterday. Fellowship until I have deemed you Wintertide material.
What's Wintertide? She looks kind of different.
I shall be busy for the rest
Maybe
of
it's
the
just her
day.
hair's different.
I trust you can steward the floor in my stead. You may sit at your regular desk.
You're not sitting in my office, kid.
Thank
Get
you,
the
Mr.
fuck out of
Milchick.
here. Narc. Yeah, what's Wintertide?
About
Helmy, we shared vessels.
Does that mean
What's that?
they had sex? Baby goats?
like in a wellness session?
Oh, she thinks he means Gemma.
Miss Casey was at the retreat.
Oh.
God, Helena really
I mean,
assaulted
obviously,
both of them.
Thought it was you.
I'm gonna go for a walk.
Ellie, I'm sorry. I thought it was you.
Yeah, that's
But it
why
wasn't me.
she's fucking pissed.
And I'm just gonna go walk around.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons she's probably pissed, but I think that's probably one of the main ones that he didn't know. Like, if he can't tell the difference between her and this awful person working on his paperclip game.
Thai food.
Nice.
Though you did take scuba lessons last year.
Yeah? Which sea?
It was... You've had a lot of phases. Scuba diving, woodworking,
Wow, so my Audi's really diverse.
garage beer making.
It's weird. I feel like she's definitely getting
I wish we could really be
something
together. Like, all the
that
time.
she's not getting at home from this Dylan.
I mean, we are.
Is Dylan trying to slide in? He's definitely making a move. He's gonna cuck himself. Again, both their scenes have been very sweet but weird. I didn't think this would happen, but multiple thruples. Not technically thruples, I guess. Affairs.
Oh, hey, I was coming to find you.
Same.
Look, I am so sorry. I can't even imagine what it must be like.
You thought it was me,
100%.
which means you wanted to. With me.
Yeah.
Is she gonna do it now?
What sucks is that she got to have that.
Hey, do you want me to, like, describe
Gross. Come on, Mark.
what happened? Like, I feel like you have every right.
No, I don't want her memory.
Okay.
I want my own.
Yeah, she wants to bang him.
Would you like that?
Oh God, is he gonna reintegrate during it?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Then it's not gonna be Mark, or any Mark. That would be terrible.
But
I really hope it's not Helena again. Can't shake that feeling, but I don't think they do the double fake. What's going on there? Is that like Mark's hand was shaking when he's being reintegrated? Or is it just because he did it so
You
many
must
times?
eradicate from your essence childish folly. Grow up. Grow. 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 Grow.
Milchek's definitely the character I'm
Was it
most
different with
interested
me?
in learning more about.
what?
What?
Fuck, I was just.
Mark?
What?
Were you just at Lumen?
What time is it?
Are you at Lumen or in your basement with me?
I don't know.
Do you remember a hallway? A black
I
hallway.
remember, okay, I remember a desk. I remember a desk. I remember.
Probably doesn't know what the fuck she's doing.
I remember. Shit.
That was another crossover.
Ham dinner with Fields. Mustache cone. Nice.
Oh, yes. We could feed him a pile of loose corn.
Is that a clown painting?
Oh, what your innie ever saw in this illustration.
Me?
Yes, I'm very curious.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was guided to Lumen's store by Jesus.
Oh. Jesus Christ?
That's the one.
You should just leave it at that and wonder what the hell you meant.
No, we'd been
Interesting.
attending the Lutheran church for some years. And I should mention that I've been what you might call a scoundrel. I see. So we hop on the train to church, and it so happens the sermon that day is about
Okay.
Severance, which was still very new at the time.
Yeah.
And the pastor says,
As if he'd been listening to our conversation. He said the church's stance is that innies are complete individuals with souls that can be judged
What the fuck?
separately from their outie. We figured that if it were true, it
I saw
Maybe a
a
way
theory.
for
I
part of birth
forget
to-
the YouTube channel, but it was pointing out how, like, in the Bible, goats are like sheep who have sinned. It's like a metaphor, obviously.
just,
They were talking about
yes,
theories talking
with
about
me.
how maybe like the goats they're trying to turn into sheep, and it's like a metaphor for them trying to turn, like, make innies like that, basically, like allow innies to go to heaven. So yeah, maybe it is like a religious thing, or maybe that's just how they recruit. Does that make sense too?
Yeah. No.
That's tough. Is that Ellie? Yeah. Fuck, was that thing at the beginning a crossover? She wants Mark. Who knows why?
I'm Helena Egan. I work at Lumen.
Yeah, no.
So he does know who she is.
Who you are.
Well, it's nice to officially meet you.
I hope he's super skeptical.
Revolutionary medical procedure.
Hey, now that was not me. That was my father.
Okay, so her dad invented Severance.
You should meet him sometime.
No thanks.
Your father?
He'd be the first.
So no pressure.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
Yeah, that makes sense. She has a crush on Mark, though.
But seriously, I'd love to hear
I
about
would
your
absolutely
experiences sometime.
Okay.
Get swindled by her.
About Severance?
Right, Gemma. Sorry. It's a car accident, right?
Did she make that mistake on purpose?
Yes.
It's the last time they saw each other. She was having sex with him. What does she want? Is it just that she likes him? Her pretending to not know the name might have tipped him off, because, like, Ragabi said she's, like, essential to what they're doing. And she said she knows everything. She's the boss. Oh my god, was Bert paid to invite Irving over so Drummond could sneak in?
There's a non-zero chance that the two of you had unprotected sex. And so I thought the right to ask.
That's fair.
I believe that Innies deserve to experience love.
That's nice.
I mean it.
I mean, if he believes they're separate people.
And I hope it was beautiful.
And he's genuinely a decent person, which seems like he is. Bert. I don't know about Bert. Possibly still a scoundrel. She is eating icing. I said that last time. She's one of those weirdos who just eats straight up icing. I've done that before. I'm weirdos. I feel like Ragavi really said she was getting better at this while having not done shit to get any better at this since Petey died. Ugh. Ugh. I hate this. Did they really just leave a hole there? Gotta listen to the We Know Severance podcast because they have two neuroscientists on there. Hear them talk about this. I mean, the music seems chill. You should really just tape his head back together.
There.
I missed the stitches.
How long will it take?
You have to keep your head still.
Did she not tell him that before? Yeah. I'm telling you, Ragabi's JV is shit.
Ignore.
Hey.
Dude, I left you like 5 messages.
I thought it was
Better?
Helena.
Oh, well, I'm still sick.
Well, you can't.
Don't worry about it.
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm doing it myself.
He looks like shit.
Fuck that. Why? Oh my god. Mark.
Don't touch him!
Who the fuck are you? Mark? It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay.
Like saying I worked at Lumen 20 years ago, which is, of course, before Severance even existed.
Of course.
Bert knew about the old handbooks too.
Yeah.
I think this is
so we should
bullshit.
do-
Sorry, don't trust Bert.
Good night, Bert.
Good night.
Yeah, I mean, they're up to something.
It's getting it done.
Dun, bum, ba-na-na.
When lights close at tired eyes, I'll soon be with you.
Yeah, so that was Severance season 2, episode 6. I think my camera might be dying soon, so if it does, and I'm not finished my thoughts, I'll throw that in. But if it doesn't, that was Severance season 2, episode 2. That one was pretty crazy. Less focus on like all the other plot lines, more focus on Mark and reintegration, and then his relationship with Helly. Obviously, that's all gonna get messy. Again, it is like it feels like we're setting the table for the rest of the series. I don't know if they're only gonna go 3 seasons. I know Dan Erickson has said he has plans that can make it 5 seasons, which I hope for. I know some people have been like, oh, just do 3 seasons. Like, you don't need 5. But I don't know. I think 5 is a really great amount of seasons for a TV show. You know, it's not overstaying its welcome, but it does have enough time to, like, find its footing and really explore the ideas it wants to explore. Though, Severance moves at warp speed, so I don't know. But I think it would be a shame if there was only 1 more season, so we're already almost halfway through with the show. But yeah, it felt more like kind of a table setting episode, where it's like exploring Milchek. I forgot I have to look and see, when he turned off the light, it looked like he turned into Kier. And obviously they had the paintings before where he quite literally was turned into Kier. I've said in past videos I would wonder if there's a hive mind thing going on, like an attempt at a hive mind. The religious stuff brought up was interesting. I can't tell if that's just like Lumen has its hooks and everything. It's the way Field said he talked with the pastor, and like it seemed like he was compassionate for the innies. I do wonder if it is like a attempt to get people into heaven type thing, but I don't know. That would be strange. But yeah, it feels like it's setting up for things in the future. And I forget which podcast it was. I think it was the We Know Severance podcast, where they got a letter or email. Letter. What year is it? They got an email kind of talking about how the structure of television, and how in a story you'll have, you know, the rising action, the climax, and the falling action. But in TV shows, they'll try and have like a season-long arc, but every episode they also kind of go through this. But then they were pointing out how the whole first season was a bit of rising action, and now we are experiencing the falling action. So we're kind of resetting the table, I think. But there's still a ton of interesting things happening. It does seem like Bert, obviously, is not to be trusted. He said he was a scoundrel, and I think we should believe him. So we'll see where that goes, because it seemed like he was getting Bert out so Drummond could go in and scope out Bert's place. Dylan's story seems to be setting up issues with his wife, who's having an affair with him. And I suppose Dylan would pity the husband, who is him, as he said in the first season when he imagined his outie was getting with tons of MILFs. And then, yeah, Helena's just a weirdo. I don't know what she's up to. I don't know if Mark's important overall. Obviously, Cold Harbor is important, but Robbie said Gemma's essential, so maybe it's more about Gemma than Mark. And Helena's just obsessed with Mark because she's a weirdo.